Am I audible? Okay. Good morning. No, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hana Khan, and I am honored to be here. I am thrilled to be here, and I have been listening to you all talk yesterday, and I am amazed and thrilled and absolutely overwhelmed that I am here talking to you guys on this stage. Feels incredible. Thank you, Joyajit, for inviting me. Um, you know, I did not imagine as a little girl from Meerut when I was growing up that I would actually have flown all the way to Michigan, even though I fly a lot now. But flying all the way to Michigan is a big thing, Even people at home are rooting for me and they're happy about it. So I'm going to tell you something about my family and how I grew up. My father belonged to a very small village near Meerut, and so did my mother. There, he was one of the first few people to get educated, one of the first few people to know English. In fact, I was telling someone just yesterday that he learned his English through English Westerns. In his college, he used to go to AMU, Aligarh Muslim University, and he used to, that's how he learned his English. And he used to write essays for us as a child. That's how good he had become, and that's how much he had struggled and come to a place where he wanted his children to be given a different opportunity or a different life. And I realized my privilege, and I realized that because of his, you know, the because I'll tell you, in my village, the women are at home usually. Their whole life is around growing up, getting married, having children, preferably one male, going to the local bazaar on Saturdays, and electricity is intermittent. So all of that is how my village is. And to come from there, I'm an alien, literally. Like, I stand here, I'm wearing clothes that are alien to them. लड़कों से बात करती है, which means I'm talking to the men with, और हंस के बात करती है, so that is also extremely alien and very bad. So I'm one of the bad women of my village that speaks to boys and flies a big ass plane. So yeah, so I don't know if they're proud of me or upset that I talk to men. So yeah, let's leave it there. So I. um I truly believe that empowerment begins with the people around you. And I'm going to come back to that later. And I'm going to talk about why I say this. Because when I was growing up, my parents made me, our chores were shared. Like, my brother and I had similar chores. We did not have like a boy chore or a girl chore. It was both, we were doing it together. And I think that's really helped me. So anyway, when I had to graduate, there was an option where my father said that maybe you should try Aligarh Muslim University and go back and graduate there. And I went into the hostel. I was with my cousin, and we were walking in, and we were going into the hostel, and the doors behind us were closing. There were these huge doors, 7, 8 feet doors. And as soon as we would enter, one door would close, and then we would enter, we would go further, and another door closed. And that door would not open for me for the next 1 week. I had to wait till next Sunday for it to open to me. And I just told them, I can't do this. I will not be able to live here. Uh, and I was grateful that they listened to me and they let me go to another university. But I realize now that the reason that the parents are putting their girls there is because they want the doors closed. They don't want the doors opened for the girls so that they can go out and meet men or meet people. They want the door closed. So I'm very grateful that they listened to me and did not overpower me, saying that you must go there. Not that there haven't been excellent people coming out from there, but that was not the life I wanted to lead. So so in my whole family, we are the anomalies. Like, me and my siblings, we are these aliens in a community that is very orthodox. And it's very painful sometimes growing up like that, because you hear a lot of things unfairly being said to you, and I guess it also makes you stronger. But then, when you come here, you stand here and talk here, it feels like all of it is compensated in one way. All of it was worth it at the end. Um, so I'll fast forward to 2021. Um, where I'm sure you all most of you know about this horrible social media app called Sully Deals that was launched at us, and it was out of the blue. I, as a person, I'm on social media because I have a media background. Before I was a pilot, I was in the media for a few years, and then I had my own events company, and then I became a pilot. Again, I'll talk about why it matters that who you have around you. So I was on social media because I had the need to express myself, to be able to talk about things, and that was just the need that I had. Um, so in 2021, Solarials happened. We were uh, in that horrible thing. But before that, before I forget, I'm going to talk about other things. I lost that. All right. I'm going to talk about aviation in India. And this is the percentage of women in India. Uh, 12.4% of women, like of pilots, are women in India. And these are the percentages. You can check. India is at 12.4%, Ireland is 9.9, and Canada is USA is all the way to 5.5%. So we have the highest number of women pilots in India. And what does that statistic look like? Let me just tell you that there are 1.4 billion people in India, okay? And out of that are 10,000 pilots, okay? And out of that are 1,200 only women pilots. And out of that are 45 to 50 Muslim pilots. That's it. Muslim women pilots. That's it. So I am 1 in a billion, okay? I wish I was not 1 in a billion. I'm hoping that I'm no longer 1 in a billion, but that's how it is. I am 1 in a billion. So yeah, uh, 2021 again, Sully deals happened. Even though I was this 1 in a billion person, even though I was this rare commodity, didn't stop social media from using that against me. I had this need to express myself, which is why I was on social media. Sully deals, I'll describe it quickly. It was an application where 100 Muslim women, their pictures were taken from social media, and they were put on this app called Sully Deals, where if you clicked on, those Facebook and apps, those fun apps where you just click it, and what kind of princess are you, what kind of, doctor are you, aisa kuch hota tha, waise it's the same thing, except when you click, it comes out to say Sully Deal of the day, and you had your picture there. So Hussein spoke about changing the names and using names for Muslim minorities and new names that are coming up. And Sulli was one of those names. When I first saw it, I didn't even know what Sulli meant. So it was a take on Mulli, which means Muslim woman, and they turned it into a slang saying Sulli, even worse. So I want to talk about the women that were, like, I was the first one to put an FIR on it, and subsequently and unwantingly and unwillingly, I became the face of Sully Deals. Every time I would Google my name. Thankfully, I've done a lot more now that I don't have to see that. But if I Google my name and I write Sully Deals, that's the first thing that would come up, Hana Khan, Sully Deals. And it's not nice. People may think that I'm getting some sort of celebrity status, or it is not nice. It is not nice to see your picture there. It is not nice to know that I would have loved a normal pilot, life, taking off, landing, and because I was on social media, this is what happened. And the 100 women that were there online, there are three things that are common to them. One, Uh, they were active on social media. They had a voice. Two, they had their names and their pictures true to identity. And three, they were all Muslim. Okay. So out of those 100 women, uh, 80 women immediately deactivated. We tried to get in touch with them initially when we saw who they were. We tried to get in touch with them. We tried to speak to them. Those 80 women were gone. They were nowhere to be found. Some numbers I called out, reached out, because I wanted more people to file a complaint. And then I realized that, no, I can't push them because so many of them were threatened by their families. The families stopped them. They said, you're not going to do this. They took away their phones. Some of them, they were not allowed to. So 20 of them were people who were still vocal, who did not disappear. And amongst those 20 women, only 6 filed an FIR. Only 6. And on those 20 women, many of them, the families did not let them. They were scared for them to, they were scared of them being ostracized. And I'll tell you the beauty of social media. I'm being sarcastic here. That when we when we went to social media and we spoke about it, we were advised by well-meaning men of our own community that you shouldn't have put your picture in the first place. You are bad women, you know, because you have your social media profile and you have your picture in front of you. So I felt like it was a double whammy, because, and it hurt more that it was from your own people, because you look at them for support and you get trolled even worse. Not worse, that nothing can be worse than Solides, but you are trolled. You are further ostracized. You are further called that you're a bad woman. So what does that do to a human being? A natural, normal human being would be silenced. And I felt like patriarchy from both sides really wanted to shut us down. They wanted vocal Muslim women to be shut down. And that's, I think, to a large extent, they had succeeded, because those 80 women uh, were completely gone. And out of those 20 women, hardly anyone spoke after a while. So yeah, they were in both senses, and this being ostracized, this being it takes a lot out of you. There's a lot of I don't know. I need a minute. It takes a lot out of you. Every woman I'm sure every woman here has been trolled. She knows what I'm talking about. It takes a lot for you to come back to social media and post your pictures, or to post, to write something else, and not get that, not feel that abyss, that you feel like you're in an abyss and you want to just open the it's horrible. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about them. I'm not going to talk about me. I'm going to talk about the other women who were silenced. They were completely silenced. 20 women, 100 women gone. So what can we do? What can I do? The only answer that I have to that is the women who can, who must, you know the women who can must, the women who can talk about these things, they must talk about these things. The women who can, uh, make spaces for themselves, they must. Okay, I'm going to go to a happier note now, since yeah. All right, so on social media, what do I do as a pilot? I encourage a lot of women and I encourage a lot of people to follow their dreams. I do a lot of work like this. I do a Q&A on Instagram where I answer the silliest of questions, that what height do I have to be to become a pilot? And that's, again, why I keep saying that, it really matters who you are surrounded by. And right now, everyone is surrounded by social media, right? Social media is the first thing that you see, the first thing that you get up, and children have social media in their, at a very young age. So they are surrounded by you as well. So yeah, that's one thing. Um, just a second. Yeah. So Yeah, this is the Suli deals, the Arab News and Al Jazeera report. How does India have twice as many pilots? This is the Suli deals, my pictures, which were plastered all over the internet. That's that. Yeah. Um, so I'm going to come back to a happy story now. A friend of mine, her child is 8 years old, and she's the only child that I have that I know around my friend circle, and she knows me as Pilot Auntie, and it's quite cute. She was telling her grandfather the other day. She's seen me in uniform and pictures, so she was telling her grandfather the other day that पता है आपको सिर्फ लड़कियां पायलट बन सकती हैं. Okay, which translates to, did you know that only women can become pilots? Boys cannot become pilots. And the grandfather is listening to her. She's 8 years old. So representation matters, for that child, because I was somebody who she saw every day. For that child, uh, she saw me as a pilot, and then hence she believes that only women can be pilots, which is why I keep saying that women who can, they must. Women who are able to handle this, they should. And men, of course, can help us, enable us more. And yeah, that's the end of it.